Hello to all of my dreamers out there. I am the channeling goddess and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, hello. If you are returning back, welcome back. So today we are going to be doing another dream interpretation reading. Normally I go into my books and get old dreams, but this one is recent and I feel like it called out to me a lot, so I am going to do an interpretation on this one today. Now before we get started, as always, I have two disclaimers. First disclaimer is these are my interpretations of my own dreams. If you are listening to this dream interpretation and you get a completely different message, then you are using this reading for the exact intended purpose, right? You're not always going to agree with the messages that I get because those messages are specifically for me, but maybe there's a message in there from spirit for you, okay, which is why I'm sharing them on the internet. Disclaimer number 2. If you are looking for a message that is a little bit more tailored to you, or you're looking for a spirit to give you a specific sign that you are in the right reading, a couple of things that I like to do. One is to set intentions that I will receive the messages that I am meant to receive at this time. And the other thing I like to do is to go outside and put my feet in the grass and or take 3 mindful deep breaths. I normally inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 3, and exhale for 5 to 6 seconds. This just helps me get more in tune with my own intuition and be able to hear the messages that my spirit guides or my ancestors are trying to deliver to me. Okay, now before we get started, make sure that you go and get your beverage of choice, a snack if you so choose, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the dream interpretation. Alrighty, let's get started. It says, in another dream, I was trying to go up this hill in a vehicle/truck. And when I would put my foot on the gas, it would barely move, okay? Now I want you to keep in mind, even though I'm saying that I'm going up a hill, it actually looks like I'm inside of a building. Like picture a hallway kind of with dim lighting and carpet on the floor, okay? So it says, then a cop pulls up behind me and I tell him what's happening. I think he was trying to tell me how to get it to work, but then I reached down and cranked the car. So I remembered something about this dream. I remembered that I might need to like turn the ignition. So I reached down, so the ignition is not up here, it's almost on the floor. And there is this blue, look like maybe something that might've been crocheted around the ignition. Okay, just putting that out there, okay? I cranked the car and it started, and when I put my foot on the gas, the car actually started to move, okay? Then I realized that there was another guy in the car with me, okay? The cop was still behind us, and the person in the car with me made a comment about us turning, and we both laughed as I took the turn and came back around. So the best way I can explain this is, like, imagine a car going up a wall and then we're turning on the wall and then coming back where we came from, okay? So keep that visual in mind, okay? So it says, okay, the guy was in the car with me. Wait, did I read that part? Yeah, the guy was in the car with me and the cop was still behind us, and he made a comment about the turn and we both laughed as I took the turn and came back around. Then the guy sees his wife. So this is the cop. I'm saying the guy. So I'm saying the cop sees his wife, who brings him a small bottle of liquor. It could be wine with a white label. And the only reason why I say that is because the color of it looks kind of like a Sauvignon, or maybe like a little bit like a Chardonnay. It has that yellowish kind of color. But it's a small bottle, okay? I mistake it for some kind of lottery where the bottle will tell you if you won. I'm walking toward the cop, and when I get close, I see it's not that kind of bottle, but I've already told him that it's a winner. He doesn't seem to notice what I'm saying as he runs behind his wife to try and get laid. So they're like we're still in this hall where I've been driving at, and there's like, think of like a motel or a hotel. Like on the side, he's running after his wife because they're getting ready to go into a hotel room, okay? I walk around the corner and I see a box of club crackers run from one room to the other. I quickly move back from that particular hall back into the hall where my car is, trying not to be seen. Then I hear something coming toward me. It is the longest, biggest raccoon I've ever seen. It kind of jumps up and hisses at me, but I get away, okay? Later, I'm talking to the same police officer and he tells me he will make a deal with me that he only wants $1 million when I win the lottery. I don't answer because I can't see giving this random stranger $1 million. Then there is a kid who seems to be hostile toward me, and I think it's the cop's kid. I tell the cop about the kid, and he says some words to the effect of that the kid is a good kid, but he's shy. I tell him that the kid reminds me of another person who happens to be walking up as we speak. They both, the person that's walking up, they both seem to be of Asian descent and have almost the exact same hairstyle. These people start to, there are people who start to walk toward this house, and I say the name of the state the kid is from, and he jumps up, poking his butt out, and he has on lilac purple pants before walking in the house. Okay, so that's the full dream. So let's start at the beginning. Okay, in the beginning, I'm going up this hill. I'm in like a hotel or house kind of thing. I'm going up a hill, and I can't put my feet on the, like, even when I put my feet on the gas, it's barely moving, right? I think sometimes in life we want to move quicker than what's, how do I put this? Think of like a get rich quick scheme, right? We want everything to happen right now. Like, I think somebody said, like, this generation is the microwave generation. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'm going to use that analogy for right now. To me, this is spirit saying that certain things take time. Like the fact that the car was in a building, I was safe. But I was still trying to go up this hill, but the car would barely move. To me, there was spirit saying to slow down, take in my surroundings, take in what's around me. And to me, that was confirmed when the cop came up and he was trying to tell me how to get the car to move. And it's like I remembered it all of a sudden, how I was able to get the car to move, right? I knew I had to reach down and crank it, right? To me, spirit is saying that I need to be in meditation a little bit more, because the answers that I seek are all around me, but I have to be willing to be quiet and listen so that I can hear what spirit has for me. And I was able to crank the car and it finally moved, right? It's almost like spirit is saying that there are some things that are coming for me, but they're going to happen in divine timing. Okay. Then, like, me and the guy that were in the car, we rode up the car and then we kind of came back around. I think spirit is telling me to me, this is another confirmation to slow down, because the things that I'm meant to miss, sometimes we have to repeat cycles. And sometimes we miss the things that are right in front of us. So, like, the perfect example, when I went around, when I was coming back, I saw the cop's wife hand him the bottle. And for me, from a distance, it looked at like some type of lottery, where like some type of bottle, like thing that they had where you could win based off of what you find in the bottle, right? I couldn't tell if it was liquor or wine. I knew it was alcoholic, right? That part I knew, but I couldn't tell if it was a certain kind of liquor or if it was just wine, but it was in a small bottle, like no bigger than that, with a white label on it. Okay. When I get closer, I realized, oh crap, that's not really the lottery. But I had already told the guy at this point, like, that bottle that he has was a winner, right? He didn't seem to be paying attention to me. He was going off and he was dealing with his wife. I think spirit is telling me to, in their situations where I have to give messages, people are not always going to listen, or it's not always going to seem like they're listening at the time I give the message. They may not hear it until way, way later on, right? Because, example, later on, he talks about me winning, but we'll get to that, okay? Then I walk around the corner, I see a box of club crackers, one from one room to the other, but then I bag out trying to get away. And then I hear something coming toward me, and it's the longest, biggest raccoon that I've ever seen. Now, raccoons, spiritually, they represent things that are hidden, right? I think spirit is saying that and I'm getting it now, because I kind of, this is confirmation for me that there are some things that have looked one way, right? Because the first thing I saw was the box of club crackers, but when it was actually coming toward me, it was like this dark brown, huge raccoon, right? And I think I know spirit is telling me that things are going to be revealed to me, and they may pack a punch, right? And the reason why I say that is because the raccoon starts jumping up and hissing at me, but I essentially get away. I think spirit is saying, don't be afraid of what's being revealed. It's being revealed at this time, in this moment, because there are some things that I need to do down the line, and I cannot take this baggage with me. I cannot go into this next phase of my life blind. Even like when you think about raccoons, the way their faces are made, a lot of times their face is associated with robbers, people who come to take something away from you. And I think that the fact that it wasn't coming to take anything away from me, it was coming to give me something, but the delivery of it like freaked me out because of the hissing and trying to jump up on me, right? And I think Spirit is saying that this may also come as a shock to me. The thing that is being revealed may come as a shock to me. It may be something that I, would never have thought would happen. So give an example. Let's say I find out that a family member has been deliberately sabotaging my business, right? It's the family member I would have never like thought about that would do something like that to me, right? That's just an example. I'm not saying that that's what's coming. And I hope that's not what's coming, but that's just an example of what this could be, right? So then later on, I'm talking to the same police officer, and he tells me he'll make me a deal that he only wants $1 million when I win the lottery. I don't answer him because I can't see giving this random stranger $1 million. Now, how do I put this? Spirit is telling me that even though I cannot see my own power, even though I cannot see or have a hard time seeing the power that lies within me, seeing who I really am, it does not mean that other people won't see who I am, that other people won't like recognize who I am. And I think Spirit is also telling me to be very careful because people will try and take advantage of you. Like this, even though the cop, pulled me over and I told him about the winning with the bottle of liquor that he had, he saw something in me because he didn't say if you win, he said when you win, I want $1 million, right? And I think this is Spirit saying to keep certain things close to the vest. Not everything is meant to be shared. Some things are, but not everything is meant to be shared because people oftentimes, certain people, not all people, are looking for a reason or a way to take advantage of others. And if giving the opportunity, they will absolutely do so. Okay. So then later on, there's a kid who seems to be hostile toward me. I think it's the cop's kid. And then I tell the cop, and he said that basically was saying that the little boy is shy. And I tell the cop that he reminds me of someone who's actually walking up as we speak. I think Spirit is also telling me that my eyes, and not my physical eyes, but my third eye is going to become more open. And I will be able to see almost patterns, because the best way I can describe this, if you could see what I saw in this dream, it was almost like the little boy that I was seeing and the person who was walking up to me, they were the same person. Okay. One was just a younger version. The other one was an older version, right? To me, this is Spirit saying that my eyes are going to become open to be able to not only see further beyond myself, but to also be able to see what's around me. And to me, that's second confirmation about that, because I got that earlier in the dream when I was, needed to slow down and take my time so that I could remember how to get the car to move, right? I believe this is Spirit telling me that my eyes are going to become more open. There are going to be some things that are going to, like, almost like, think of like cataracts, right? That film or whatever being removed from the eye so that you can see. Because a lot of times, we assume that, hey, I'm gaining this knowledge, right? When we get new knowledge, I'm gaining this knowledge, especially if it's spiritual. But the truth is, you already had the knowledge within you. The veil is just more thin now so that you can see it. You're more receptive to seeing and feeling and understanding this new aspect. But you had to get to this spot, okay? I say they both look like they're both of Asian descent, and they almost have the exact same hairstyle, right? I really believe, especially now that I'm interpreting it now, I really believe that they were the same person, just at different stages of life. And people start walking into this house. And then when I talk to the boy, he like jumps up with lilac pants on. I don't know why I remember that. He has lilac pants on, and he's like jumping up and like tooting his butt out. That's the best way I could describe it. I don't know how to because I'm definitely not going to turn this camera around and show you what that look like, but it's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so let's get some cards. See if Spirit has some additional messages for me or any of us. Let's see what comes out. Spirit, can we get some cards in regards to this dream interpretation? Thanks. We have snow, rest, contemplation. Yes, because in the dream, I needed to stop, slow down so that I could remember how I was able to like start the car and get it up the hill to make it go, right? So I think a lot of us, we may need to be in a place of contemplation. We may need to do a lot of more soul searching. We also may need to be in a place where we're just quiet and there's just, you know, pure meditation and being one with Spirit and our ancestors. And then we have Rosemary. Wow. Rosemary, remembrance, loyalty, faithfulness. I just recently did a reading about remembering things from the past. To me, this is just confirmation that Spirit is saying that there are some things that I need to remember, some things that I've forgotten. In order to remember those things, I am going to have to be in stillness and be more patient with myself. Okay, let's get one more card and then a bottom deck energy. Spirit, can we get one more card from this deck, please? Oops, too many. Too many. Can we get one more, please? Thank you. Well, it's meant to come out. We have 10, maintenance, encouragement, guidance. So to me, that is definitely Spirit saying that guidance is coming in for me, that I need to be more open to the guidance. But in order to receive it, I am going to have to be in a place of quiet rest and contemplation, so that I can hear the messages that are coming for me. And then cyclo, focus, regrowth, letting go. So to me, that focus message is telling me that I really do need to focus on what is being given to me at this time, to really set myself up for success, right? To slow down and listen to the messages that Spirit has for me. Okay, there's a lot of calmness, and even like the way I'm speaking, it makes me feel really calm. I just know that there's a lot of rest that is needed, which makes sense, right? Because I've been in the midst of moving, so it makes sense that Spirit would be asking me to rest. And I just saw 1717. But we're gonna get some other cards from the clarifying life situations, love and career deck. Let's see what other messages we can get. Okay. We have flame of courage, ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows of fear. Okay. Yep. I can't be afraid. Yeah. Because remember, I was saying in the dream that when the raccoon came toward me, it was hissing. And I believe that whatever it is, hold on, this is annoying me. There we go. Whatever is about to be revealed to me, it may pack a punch, but I need to have courage to be able to move through this, not to be afraid. Because you see right here, it says, not afraid of hardships, confront challenges with courage, for they are the stepping stones to growth and wisdom. Yeah. So I feel like whatever is being revealed, it is a stepping stone. It is allowing me, because I'm like getting the vision of stepping over a stone and keep going, right? I needed to leave this particular stone behind me. But in order to do that, I had to know that there was something I needed to release. Okay. Okay. We have slow climb. You're getting there one steady step at a time with a little bit of effort. And it's crazy that I was seeing like stepping over the rock, and then for this to show up, this visual here, that's just confirmation. Spirit is telling me that slow and steady is definitely going to win the race with this one. Okay. Spirit, can I get one more card as well as bottom deck energy? Thank you. Breakthrough. Navigate life's many twists and turns with elegance and resilience. Yes, Spirit is telling me that this thing that's being revealed is not something to set me up like for failure or anything like that. It is a breakthrough so that I may be able to move forward into where I need to be, because there's so much, I can feel it. There's so much that's coming for me, but I have to be willing to step out of my own comfort zone. Wow, look at that. Walking unscathed. You were fortunate. A trap was laid, but your wisdom kept you from falling into it. To me, that is Spirit telling me, it's just confirmation, right? That this is being revealed because someone has laid a trap that was not meant, like that was meant for me, but it will not touch me. Look at this. And then I didn't even realize that says protected. Find solace in the safety of knowing you are sheltered and guided through life tempests toward tranquil shores. So to me, that's just Spirit saying you're protected. Everything's going to be fine. This is a breakthrough. It's a slow one and it may burn, but it's okay. All right. Let's get a couple of cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle deck. We have Dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. Yeah, because to me, this dagger, the minute it felt like fell out, I felt like it was spirit trying to say that someone is going to try to stab me in the back. And then we have bold, plenty of material things. Yep, I'm going to be okay. And for some of you, you may be experiencing this right now where you have someone in your circle that may be stabbing you in the back, or you just learned about it. And maybe that's why I was called to share this message today. Let's get a couple of more cards. We have fire. It says strong emotion, passionate, love, or hate. Okay. And then we got fire again. So some of you may be a fire sign. And that may be confirmation that this message is for you. For others, I think this is spirit just telling us to have courage. Like, let that fire burn within us. We're going to have a lot of strong emotions, but don't let those strong emotions deter us or make us someone that we're not. Okay. Let's get some more. All right. We have dark man. It says dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. So this could be, for me saying that the person that is going to, I guess, this thing that's going to be revealed is someone who's of darker complexion or have darker hair. For some of you, this may be confirmation that this is your pile. We have spirit. It says, wow, heartache over what you no longer have. Yeah. To me, this is spirit saying that by this being revealed, I am going to take a step back. I am not going to want to be in this person's presence anymore. And it may hurt. It may, especially think of like if this was friends or family, right? Which I have a funny feeling it might be, but spirit is saying heartache over what you no longer have because I will be walking away from that person. Okay, then we have nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Yes, spirit is saying we understand that emotional security is important to you. We understand that a loving family is important to you, which is why we're revealing this to you now so that you can see what really is around you. And then we have boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Yep. Spirit is saying that sometimes we have to let go of something else in order to move forward. Like there's plenty of material things moving more toward where we're supposed to be. Sometimes we have to let go of those things. And I'm hearing the song, these boots were made for walking. One of these days, these boots are going to walk all over you. And I just saw 222. So to me, it's spirit saying that there's a lot of movement, a lot of forward movement, but it's moving me toward my goals, even though it doesn't feel like it at the time. Bottom deck energy is dog, far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. Yeah. So I think to me, that distant friend that's thinking of me is my ancestors. It is my spirit guides saying that we are here for you. We will have your back. You are divinely protected, but this is being revealed to you now because there are some other things that we need you to do. And we need you to know where you're actually going. Okay. So this is all of the messages that I have today. Thank you all so much for sticking it out with me to the end. And I will see you in our next one. Bye.